I see something. Senator Scott Brown voted to approve the Keystone XL pipeline, claiming that it would decrease oil prices, create jobs, and decrease our dependency on Middle Eastern oil. But the problem is that he is completely misrepresenting the benefits in order to help the oil industry make more money. There were only 2 studies conducted by organizations not affiliated with TransCanada, and both agreed that there would only be a small number of jobs created, a lot of which would actually be temporary. Further, Cornell pointed out that the long-term effects would actually be job losses, so that's strike 1 for Brown. Even Canada's Natural Resources Minister admitted that the purpose of the pipeline is to diversify their clientele beyond the United States by bypassing refineries in Oklahoma, so the crude would go directly to Texas for export. Since the oil wouldn't be used in the US, that wouldn't affect our dependency on Middle Eastern oil, so that's strike 2 for Brown. And in their own report, TransCanada admitted that the pipeline would enable them to discontinue the $5 billion in discounts they've been giving us to use their dirty crude. This would increase prices at the pump by 20 cents per gallon. Further, when the Canadian oil can be sold on the global market, it will end up costing us an additional $3.9 billion a year, and that's more increases at the pump, so strike 3 for Brown. And by peddling these 3 lies to advocate for a project that would cause so much devastation, Scott Brown has shown that he simply cannot be trusted to represent the best interests of Massachusetts, the United States, and humanity as a whole. Because if the pipeline were to be built, it would encourage further exploitation of the Canadian tar sands. And NASA's top climatologist, Jim Hansen, pointed out that if we tap this stuff heavily, it's game over for the climate. And this comes at a time when we can already see and feel the effects of global warming through continually more frequent and more devastating storms, such as Hurricane Sandy. Elizabeth Warren understands that we cannot drill our way to affordable energy. She supports clean energy jobs, like the kinds we have here in Massachusetts, where we have nearly 5,000 clean energy firms and more than 70,000 clean energy workers. She supports ending tax subsidies for big oil companies who do not need our tax dollars to continue making more money than any industry to ever exist on Earth. Scott Brown has voted to keep the handouts in place, and Elizabeth Warren would invest in clean energy to actually achieve all of the things that Scott Brown falsely promised would come with the Keystone XL pipeline.